んにちは。
Hello everybody, it's Oopsy Daisy here, and today I'm going to be continuing with my Everquest 2 character creation overview. I only got to go through the classes and the races available last time, and this time I'm going to be going through some of the customization options. Now, as for I'm only going to be doing one tab at a time because there are so many races, and I don't want you to be sitting here for days watching this video. I want you to be able to watch it and then go create your character and enjoy life. So I'm just going to do these 6 races right here, and then I'll make videos going for neutral and evil afterwards. Now, I'm only going to briefly show you these anime models because there's just so much content here that, it's really important that you explore this for yourself. So I'm just going to go into Dwarf female, and obviously this is their alternate appearance. There's multiple hairstyles for both. 2 universal hairstyles are bald, and for the American models, an articulated braid that moves when you do, which I think is really cool. So we're just going to stick with the American models. For every single race, there is these customizable areas, basically. And then this is the list of sub-areas, and then you have your preview and also the actual customizations available. There's also a randomize button. You can also lock these if you don't want them to change when you do press the randomize button. That can get very extensive. Also, for the hair colors, there is, if you look at it right here, there is a base hair color and a highlight color. If they are different, you need to find a mix between these 2 pictures that you actually like to make sure that you aren't going to get into the game and the highlight color being dominant or anything like that. So just get a mix between these 2 colors. I tend to think that this one is probably more like what you're going to look like in the game. So just to keep that in mind. There's eyes, and then you have eyes, eyebrows, and eye color. All colors have a color wheel of some sort. Different colors are exhibited for different races and different areas of the body you are attempting to customize. This is your actual color you've chosen. For head, there's ears, cheeks, chin, lips, and nose. Sometimes beard, depending, or is that in hair? Depending on where or what area you have selected. This is usually the race-specific attributes, like for erudites, that is their iridescent markings. For dwarves, there's obviously the stratum, which is this facial tattoo. For wood elves, there is a face paint that is called a shroud. Anyway, I'm just going to click through these and let you see them. Some of these actually extend to other parts of the body as well, like the arms or sometimes the legs. So keep that in mind also. Yes, female dwarves do have beards. Bald, again, is a universal hairstyle. There's the articulated braid right there. We've got the this one. Just gonna click through these like this. I know I'm going kind of fast, but there is a whole lot to cover today. So we just got all of these. If there is a specific one you like, they are named so you can differentiate them at a glance if you remember, oh, I like jeweled fire. Anyway, this is, let's go back to a little bit of a smaller hair. We'll look at the female beards. Obviously there is none for options like this. Then there is the different female beards. This one is kind of like a braided, ornamented, excuse me, beard, but this one is Le Piste de Résistance. Is the biggest beard that you can get as a girl. Also in body there is also skin color, size, so in every race you can change their physical stature pretty substantially by about a foot, if I had to guess. And in some there is age, where it will give them skin dimpling and wrinkles and such if you add that up. Again, here is the American model for the male dwarves. This is what they look like in the anime model. I will make a video on the anime models at some point, so don't worry. I just really want to make sure that you get to see everything that you can about this game. So, the sclera, or the whites of their eyes in this game, are slightly yellowed. So, unless you are a doctor, you wouldn't notice that. If you are a doctor, they look a little bit jaundiced, if you ask me. But that just might mean that I have read too many books. Coffee. Got a new coffee mug, just for you guys. It's purple with donuts on it. Anyway, you also have eyes, eyebrow, eye color. Go down to the male facial markings. Obviously there's none, and they have several different ones to choose from. Again, these sometimes extend to different parts of the body: the shoulders, the chest, the back. And so if your armor displays them, or if your cosmetic outfit displays them, you can wear any item in the game as a cosmetic outfit. So if you find a robe that you really, really like, you can equip it as a cosmetic item, and it will go into a special set of cosmetic items in your character. It will not stay in your inventory, so you can have an entire set of cosmetic clothes, and you can use anything in the game that isn't level or class locked. So oh, forgot to do the hairstyles. Okay, hair, we've got bald, braid, obviously. Then we've got this one. Bengal Tigers fan. Looks like the guy from Vikings. If you like a specific hairstyle, but there is just something about it that you don't like, usually they have some like altered versions of some of the simpler ones, like the just regular combed styles. And then we'll go for the beard. Beards are in hair, if you're wondering. You could actually make a Santa Claus in this game if you wanted to. Especially if it was like a wizard, because he was like fire and ice, coal and snow type thing. This one looks kind of Lord of the Rings like. Anyway, we'll go back, and now we're going to go to Fae. Now Fae only have one model because they were created after the game merged with the Asian version. So anyway, there are males and females. We're going to look at males. Now, they do have some rather interesting looking eyes. You do get used to them if you're worried about that. I personally, they don't bother me. But anyway, their wings do flutter like that in game. And little tip, there is a quest in the game where you can actually learn how to fly with Fae wings, or Erisai if you do Evil Fae. But yeah, their ears are turned back and pointed. We're just going to look at the wings and the specific hairstyles and stuff today. Now, there is usually 3 to 5 colored presets with different colors and shapes. And after that, there is about 6 or more versions of the wings that can be colored in a custom way. So like if you like the shape of these, or if you like the shape of the orange ones up at the top, but you want it a different color, you can just pick a different model. This one looks kind of like Frozen. Okay, and pick a different model and color it yourself. And for the hair, again, make sure that you pick a hair color in between these two that you like, if it is any different. Okay, so this, okay. Now I'm just doing a quick scan of these. I realize that I'm not really doing them justice, but there's just so much to show you that I can't show you every single thing in depth. Like, I can't just go, oh, well, this has like 214 spikes, you know. It's just, there is so much in this game. You could play it. I know people that have played it for years and still, like, haven't explored everything, because it is just a vast universe. Anyway, that's one of the colorable models for the female wings. Again, the entire face is changeable. Go into the hair. Now they've got just a regular long hairdo. They've got ends that turn up. They've got a kind of female cop looking bun. Got kind of like a half V-cut. They've got a shaggy pixie is what I call it, and they have a nice little hair twirled ponytail. I really do like this one. They have kind of like what you would expect from a fairy. They have a little bit more of a subdued pixie, which is the one I usually use when I use the hairstyle. And then we have a kind of like a Ghost in a Shell cut with boxed out bangs and a V-cut. And as for wings, the colored ones are Tunar's Arrow, which is this lovely rainbow effect. Kind of looks very like island type. This kind of reminds me of coral of some kind. This is very vibrant fuchsia. This is my least favorite model, but if you like it, by all means, go for it. And this is the most Tinkerbell-esque one that they have. They are also have colorable versions. Like in this version, all of the little circles have a like pearlescent circle in them, but you can color the actual wing itself. So each wing is different with different shadows and effects. So if you like, you know, if you like this one, but you want it to be a different color, you can do that without any problem whatsoever. So now we're just going to go to Froglok's. Now I'm only going to show the patterns for one of these because they are the exact same for male and female. The only difference between male and female is the males have more of a bullfrog look, and the females look more like tree frogs or pond frogs or something like that. Now you can color the skins also, but I'm just gonna do it something pretty easy on the eyes to show you the patterns. because they have, like if I zoom out, you can see that these have red feet like tree frogs. There's several different patterns. You can make this look like Frog and Toad from the old claymation cartoon. You can go wild with this game. It just takes so much to explore. Anyway, this is the female halfling right here. Show you the articulated braid. Her face, usually, like when you make a halfling, you usually have to make them look happy because for some reason they always spawn looking like Total Dakar or something. So we'll go down to hair, which is really the only thing that is particularly, I'm skipping bald and braid because that's what I showed you in the beginning. It's really the only thing that is differentiated other than the size and basically breed of this character. Go up to here. This one has a little like cute little ribbon. This one always reminds me of like a bunny rabbit, or she's just trying to pick up HBO. So, whatever you like there. Then we have this nice little set of pigtails. Like a head lasso. This one always reminds me of like a dollop of whipped cream. So, yeah. Okay, so, here's another one. This one has a little flower in it. Some of these do have accessories if you haven't already noticed, so, certain races like the Karen, which don't actually have hair, just have accessories, which is actually really cool. Well, they have fur, they just don't have hair. And this is a nice perky side bun. Now, just to show you the alternate appearance. Now, they brought up the V-cut, but the eyes on this one kind of bug me, so I really usually don't play with it. This is the male version. Now, male halflings can have beards, so we'll just go up. You can always have the articulated braid, or bald. So if you wanted to make a bald character, that is something you can totally do. Getting dizzy. Oh. Here's kind of like an afro one. So anyway, we'll do the beards. There's always none, and then there's several different versions of sideburns, and then they have like a fluted beard with a soul patch. Go Gadget. Jackie Chan from a Tuxedo. Awesome. Anyway, and that's the beards. Now, we're going to go to High Elves. Now, you can change every single thing about their face and some about their body with the slider system in this creator. This is the alternate appearance for the High Elves right here. And we're just going to show you the hair. Skipping, or there's the articulated braid and everything in bald. And then there's all of these. English Parliament. Some of these get really cool and others are just a little bit like, why? This is one of the more exquisite ones. There's multiple circlets to choose from, both male and female. This is the one I least like as far as the male hairdos. This is the most exquisite one in the male category. It's very, very busy. And they've got a Dutch braid and kind of like a little hair going through a fluted piece type thing. And for female, I think that the female high elves are gorgeous. I mean, that's a pretty lady. This is what they usually look like in the anime appearance. They are very, 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 very bright white. Almost to, like, when I say that, I mean they're like a natural level white. So, we go down to hair. Now, there's always bald and braid, you know. We've got the Fair Damsel, which is a pretty perky little ponytail. And we've got some cannolis tucked up there for later. And then we've got a nice bun with a string of pearls hung over the top, which I think is beautiful. We've got a really nice, well-teased ponytail bun hybrid. We've got something that looks like... Sorry, this looks like something like Amberly would wear off of Shannara Chronicles. I really like this one. If you wanted to make like as close as you could get to an Amberly copy, this would be one thing I would choose to make her wear. Then there is this little twisted in bun. It's pretty cool looking. We've got a layered bun. We've got a curled, pinned up down-do type thing. We've got a barrette with curls. We've got swirled teardrops with braid ropes. We've got braided loops with a comb. We've got a rather sculpted looking hairdo, like they mixed the hair with some sort of like plasterish type thing and sculpted it. This one would be wonderful if you or your character had an S, like their name started with an S, because that would just be cool. We've got a very relaxed down-do. We've got a straight hairdo with a barrette. We've got just some simple swirled teardrops. We've got a pretty high curled ponytail with a circlet. And we've got, this one's my favorite. It reminds me of like a shrine maiden from anime. This one has ribbons and little braided wheels. And then there is this, which is like the font of curls type thing. And then we are going to, the last one is going to be Night Elves. Now, this is the alternate appearance for Night Elves. In my opinion, it's a lot cruder. Just the facial features aren't as nice to me. Now, wood elves are always tan. So if you want a really, really pale looking character, I would go for a high elf or something else, because you just can't make these really pale looking. They have always been out in the sun, which is, you know, health-wise, it's a very good thing to do. Anyway, just going to show you the shrouds, which are just like face paint. This one is the smallest, and then they have several different ones. If the shroud does not have an appearance on the face, it will be on the arms, upper chest, shoulders, back type area, sometimes on the whole body, depending on how your armor or cosmetic outfit looks. That and what parts of the area, like if it's sleeveless, that is when it will show. This is the Ivy Shroud, the Veil of Ivy. This one kind of looks like Aztec or Mayan to me. And then this is another one that just goes, you know, like on the body. Now, elves share some hairstyles, but anyway, there's always bald and the braided one. There's this one too. I'll just flip through these. The wood elves tend to have flowers or greenery in their hair. So if you want a particularly well-adorned elf that is that is covered in flowers, you will definitely want a wood elf. This is the twisted teardrops with the braids. We've got the crown of violets. We've got the woodland noble, which is pretty interesting hairstyle. We've got the ivy crown, which has like little metal shapes and some little chopstick like things sticking out the back. We've got this, which is a little bit of a more toned down version of the bunny hairdo from the halflings. This one is just kind of like a teased out back of the head thing. I really can't, it looks like she was cradle boarded to me. Anyway, this is well flowered hair. Then there's this one. It kind of looks like, again, a little bit sculpted on the top with that. And then this is just a little beret made of petals. It's really cute, like if you didn't want something really flashy but you wanted a little bit of color. This again is one with flowers. Here is double twisted teardrops. This one is kind of like a nymph looking hairdo with butterflies in it. This one has two butterflies in it and it's just like hair loops. This is a bun with some ivy leaves sticking out from behind it, and this is kind of a more rugged looking one. Again, all of the things in the game have very well powered sliders, so if you don't like something about your character's face, you can very easily change it to great effect. So that is the overview of all of the good races in this game and what you can do with them. Again, I will make appearance or alternate appearance videos for all of these in the future, but there's just so much to cover in the creator that I really can't do it in this video. So I hope you liked this. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Sayonara! Okay, I'm done now.